Magandang araw po ulit and welcome to another video. And this time, let's have our first impression with this AMD Ryzen 7 5700X 3D that we've been using for quite some time. So if in case hindi nyo pa napasadahan yung ating unboxing, so kindly visit the link provided also on our description. So let's start with the quick specifications. This chip is using an AM4 socket. It has an 8-core, 16 threads configuration and capable of 3 GHz base clock with up to 4.1 GHz boost. This processor also has a TDP of 105 watts and was launched on January 2024. Now it's already 2025 and with the availability of AM5 sockets, let's see if this is going to be the last batch of AMD's release para sa AM4 compatible na processors. Using our benchmarking tools to rate this CPU, we have Cinebench R23 and PCMark 10. Then comparing it from our previous processor, which is 5700G, here is what we got. With the 5700X3D, it was able to register 12,889 points. Then comparing it with most runs that we did from the past gamit yung ating 5700G, somehow mas angat sa points itong 5700G with points as high as 13,490. Sa PCMark 10 result naman, maganda yung figures na nakuha natin. Overall, nakaregister tayo ng 6,806 points and breaking it down to several categories such as yung essentials, we have 9,633 points. Sa productivity, we got 6,373 points. And under content creation, we have 13,936 points. And comparing it to 5700G, here makita natin that our 5700X3D registered a slightly better figures and up by 2.85%, 1.58%, 1.09%, and 5.76% on its respective categories. Using Cinebench 2024 naman, we have 798 points and comparing it from other kinds available from the app, it is currently sitting on 6th place. Wala na tayong chance to compare it with 5700G since hindi na available yung processor at this time of recording. Sa gaming naman, this is where we will see yung edge nitong processor na ito since yung X3D and its Vcache is primarily designed for this purpose. Immediately, napansin agad natin with CS2 wherein this chip easily hits up to 240 FPS with our adaptive sync option turned off. Since our monitor is designed up to 180 Hz, we did run our actual game tests with adaptive sync turned on and that limits our gaming up to 180 FPS only at ito nga yung figures na nakuha natin. Sa CS2, we are able to capture an average of 171 FPS and comparing it from previous processor na 5700G, itong X3D variant wins by around 11.11%. Next game is Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. Dito nakakuha tayo ng 119 FPS which is higher by around 4.2%. We also have God of War, but for some reason, we don't see a difference in performance with an average FPS of 66. With NBA 2K24 naman, game settings is locked by 144 Hz only at itong 5700X3D ay tuwang-tuwa by producing 144 FPS. Halos hindi bumagsak yung FPS during the run of our game testing. At dito nakakuha tayo ng huge boost with a 45.14% improvement. Last from our game list ay itong Shadow of the Tomb Raider kung saan we got a 136 FPS with a gain of 28% from using a 5700G. Idagdag ko na din itong nakuwang results from our in-game benchmarks from the games Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy for added reference. To wrap up our gaming experience with these details, we can say that there is an improvement from using the X3D variant which somehow did not disappoint. Then looking into other criterias, if you are eyeing to optimize yung configuration nitong 5700X3D, unfortunately, you cannot use the Ryzen Master app to fine-tune yung power draw and clock speeds just like other processors. But there are available resources from the internet na pwede mong gamitin yung PBO2 tool to adjust yung wattage to underclock or overclock this processor up to your liking. Okay, pero hindi na muna natin yung gagawin. Up until today, I've been running this 5700X3D with its default configurations. Lastly, we did some load testing using Cinebench 2024 and tried to capture some critical parameters such as number 1, yung clock speeds. Given that this has a clock speed range of 3 to 4.1 GHz, we recorded an average of 3.9 GHz with a minimum of 3.2 and maximum of 4 GHz. Unfortunately, hindi na tayo umabot dun sa 4.1 GHz according to the device specification. Number 2 naman is yung TDP. Again, by specifications, this is designed with 105 watts. Then comparing it to what we captured, it recorded an average of 81.8 watts with a range of 39.6 to 88.4 watts. Number 3 parameter is yung voltage, which leaves a mark for me since yung 5700G natin is consuming 1.35 volts by default, which for me is medyo mataas na kinailangan pa natin i-underclock. Etong 5700X3D naman is ranging lang from 1.25 volts to 1.28 volts during our load testing. And with that lower CPU core voltage, pagdating naman sa ating fourth item, which is yung temperature, this 5700X3D is happy na with a 75.9 degrees Celsius from the load testing that we did. So that's it for our first impression. May mga gusto ko ba bang malaman about this AMD Ryzen 7 5700X3D? Or meron ka din gustong i-share based on your experience? Just let me know in the comment section. Muli, maraming salamat for tuning in and God bless.